Ever shared something so personal that almost immediately you wished you hadn't? As we get older, it becomes obvious that some thoughts are better kept to ourselves, not because we're hiding something, but because silence can be a form of self-respect. In today's video, we'll explore 5 important areas where keeping quiet can do wonders for your peace of mind, strengthen your family ties, and boost your mental well-being. This isn't about concealing your true self. It's about building a life filled with harmony and respect for those closest to you. Stick with me as we uncover these valuable lessons. They might just shift the way you view family dynamics. And if you find these insights helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe to Candle of Wisdom. Your support helps us reach more people with these essential life lessons. Now let's dive in and uncover the secrets that could truly benefit your relationships. Secret number 1, past mistakes. As we grow older, we often feel the urge to share our life's journey, the triumphs, the challenges, and of course, the lessons learned. But when it comes to our past mistakes, we might find that silence holds more power than words. It's not about secrecy. It's about protecting our peace, both within ourselves and within our families. Take Mr. Lawrence, for example, a retired craftsman who once shared a painful financial setback with his granddaughter. Years ago, he trusted the wrong business partner, which led to a major loss, a setback that took him years to recover from. He hoped that sharing this story would teach her the value of trust. However, when she responded with concern, even pity, he was caught off guard. Her reaction, though well-meaning, left him feeling vulnerable and oddly regretful for opening up. He realized that not every past mistake needs to be a lesson for others. Families often look up to us, and when they hear about our regrets, it can weigh on them, possibly altering how they see us. What we may view as a lesson, they might see as a warning or even a judgment, unintentionally shifting the dynamic. When we keep these personal experiences to ourselves, they remain quiet reminders of strength, guiding us as we support our loved ones without feeling the need to reveal every painful detail. A simple phrase like, "I've learned the value of trust the hard way," can pass on wisdom without exposing all the hurt. There's freedom in this kind of discretion. By choosing to keep some stories private, we protect ourselves from being misunderstood or judged. This way, we remain defined by the person we've become, not by our past mistakes. Our families will see us as role models of resilience, someone who has learned, grown, and found peace with life's challenges. Silence doesn't mean we've forgotten our mistakes. It means we've learned from them so deeply that we don't need to broadcast them for validation. This approach lets us maintain our dignity and self-worth without the risk of judgment. We can guide our families by the strength we've gained, not by the failures we've endured. When we keep certain stories to ourselves, they take on new meaning. They're private reflections that shape how we support and guide our loved ones without needing to expose every detail. We can still teach them about caution, patience, and resilience, but in a way that allows us to preserve the legacy of wisdom we leave behind. In today's world, it's tempting to share everything, to lay it all out for everyone to see. But there's something uniquely powerful in keeping certain stories close to our hearts. They strengthen us without altering how others perceive us. Through this quiet strength, we gain an inner peace and wisdom that our family can sense and respect, allowing us to guide them with calm assurance. So remember, not every story needs to be shared. By choosing what to reveal and what to keep to ourselves, we protect both our peace and the respect of those we care about. This quiet strength will speak for itself, helping our family see us as examples of wisdom and resilience, inspiring them to live with patience, respect, and understanding. Secret number 2, minor health concerns. As we get older, it's natural to become more in tune with our health, noticing everything from the smallest aches to the occasional restless night. But constantly sharing every minor discomfort with family can often do more harm than good, creating unnecessary worry rather than comfort. It's not that your family doesn't care, they care deeply. In fact, their concern can sometimes make things feel more overwhelming. Keeping small health concerns to ourselves can help preserve a more positive atmosphere. Take Mrs. Eleanor, for instance, a retired teacher in her 70s. Every day she experienced the familiar aches and pains that come with aging. One morning she casually mentioned her sore knees to her daughter, who immediately dove into research online, reading about arthritis remedies, knee braces, and even special diets. Eleanor appreciated the love behind her daughter's actions, but the flood of advice left her feeling overwhelmed and fragile. Over time, she realized that sharing every little discomfort with her family led them to worry more than she wanted, treating her with extra caution. So she decided to change her approach. Instead of focusing on the pain, she'd talk about the things she enjoyed, like her daily walks or how much she appreciated a sunny afternoon. Slowly, she noticed her family stopped seeing her as a collection of health concerns and began recognizing her for the strong, resilient person she was. This shift helped Mrs. Eleanor regain her sense of independence and peace, while also easing her family's worries. There's a certain wisdom in sharing only what truly matters. Minor discomforts, a cold here or there, or the occasional sleepless night don't always need to become a topic of conversation. These are normal, temporary parts of life, and we're often more than capable of handling them without turning to family for constant reassurance. When we focus our discussions on the positive aspects of our lives, we create an atmosphere of warmth and ease. This doesn't mean we're ignoring our health. It simply means we choose when and how to share concerns. By doing so, we control the narrative, not as a patient, but as someone who values strength and resilience. In a world overflowing with health information, it's easy to fixate on every ache and pain, but this can create a cycle of worry. By keeping minor concerns private, we allow ourselves and our loved ones to focus on the joys of life. Instead of complaining about a sore back, share the joy of a good book you're reading, a lovely walk you had, or an exciting project you're working on. This positivity helps your family see you as the vibrant, capable person you are, not as someone defined by health issues. As Mrs. Eleanor discovered, focusing on the positive doesn't deny the reality of aging. It just frames it in a way that allows everyone to enjoy each other's company without unnecessary anxiety. When larger health issues arise, your family will recognize their importance because you've set the tone of resilience. So next time a small discomfort arises, take a moment to think, will sharing it truly help? Often, keeping these little details to yourself is a gift to your loved ones. They'll see you as a person who faces life's challenges with grace and strength, and that's the example they'll cherish. Ultimately, choosing what to share about our health is an act of love and wisdom. By focusing on what uplifts and empowers, we create a legacy of resilience and optimism that will speak volumes to those we care about. Let your family appreciate you for who you are now, living fully, embracing each day with courage and quiet strength. Secret number 3, unfulfilled dreams or wishes. As the years pass, we all carry dreams that, for one reason or another, may have remained unfulfilled. Maybe it was a trip to a far-off destination, a different career path, or creating something meaningful. Though these dreams are precious, sharing them too freely can sometimes create a bittersweet distance, especially with loved ones who may not fully understand. Take Mr. James, a retired mechanic who had always dreamed of becoming a musician. In his youth, he saved up for a guitar and spent countless hours teaching himself to play. But life had other plans. He married, raised a family, and built a steady career. Now in his 70s, he found himself reminiscing about his unfulfilled dream of music. One afternoon, he shared this with his grandson, hoping to pass on his love for the craft. His grandson, though supportive, seemed unsure how to respond. He viewed Mr. James as someone fulfilled and content, and the mention of these unachieved dreams stirred feelings of guilt and pity. What Mr. James hadn't realized was that his grandson saw his dreams as something lost, not understanding that they were simply a part of his grandfather's story, not a source of sadness. Reflecting on this, Mr. James realized that some dreams are best kept close. His life wasn't defined by what he hadn't achieved, but by what he had, the family he raised, the friends he made, and the peace he found. Instead of dwelling on the roads he hadn't taken, he began to share stories about the rich life he had built, the memories, the relationships, and the laughter that mattered most to his family. Keeping some dreams private allowed him to hold them as quiet, personal treasures without burdening others with what could have been. Family, especially younger generations, may not fully grasp the significance of these dreams. They might feel guilty or sad, thinking they played a role in why those dreams didn't come true. By keeping these unspoken dreams to ourselves, we protect both our own peace and theirs. This doesn't mean we're ignoring our dreams or dismissing them. They remain a part of who we are, gently inspiring us to live fully in the present. But by holding them quietly, we can focus on sharing the lessons we've learned from our journey, rather than the paths we didn't walk. As Mr. James did, we can highlight the values and experiences that shaped us, like the patience and dedication he gained as a mechanic, qualities that served him in ways he never imagined when he first picked up that guitar. Through such stories, his family came to see his passions that, though not fully realized, had shaped who he became. Unspoken dreams often add a quiet beauty to our lives. They remind us that while we didn't achieve everything we set out to, we still found meaning in other ways. Choosing to keep them close protects our family from any unintended sadness, allowing them to celebrate the strength, wisdom, and love we've created. When we keep these dreams within, they become private symbols of resilience, reminders of the journey we've traveled and the sacrifices we made along the way. Family may not need to hear every detail, but they'll sense the joy and wisdom we've gathered through the years. In this quiet strength, they'll find an example for their own dreams and life choices. So the next time those unfulfilled dreams cross your mind, cherish them for yourself. Let them serve as a reminder of all you've accomplished and all the love you've shared. In doing so, you'll inspire your family to approach their own dreams with gratitude, knowing that sometimes the greatest gifts life offers aren't the things we set out to achieve, but the memories we create and the love we share along the way. Secret number 4, disappointments or dissatisfaction with family. As we grow older, it's natural to develop expectations for our loved ones. We watch them grow, and in our hearts, we may wish for them to make choices that align with our values or our vision for them. However, openly expressing disappointment or dissatisfaction with their life choices can often do more harm than good. By quietly holding these feelings within, we can preserve family harmony and, in time, strengthen the bonds we share. Take Mrs. Amelia, a retired librarian, for example. She was deeply proud of her children but found herself disappointed when her daughter chose not to follow in her footsteps of a secure career. Instead, her daughter decided to start a small business, something she was passionate about, despite the risks. Mrs. Amelia couldn't help but worry, imagining a future where her daughter would struggle financially. One day, she decided to voice her concerns, gently suggesting that a more traditional job might be a better choice. While her words were spoken with love, her daughter interpreted them as a lack of support, feeling that her mother didn't believe in her dream. Realizing her mistake, Mrs. Amelia took a step back and reflected. She decided to support her daughter without judgment, focusing on her role as a source of encouragement, not criticism. Over time, Mrs. Amelia noticed that their conversations became more open. Her daughter felt more comfortable sharing both the successes and challenges of her entrepreneurial journey. Mrs. Amelia's quiet support allowed their relationship to flourish, even when she didn't fully understand or agree with every decision her daughter made. There is profound wisdom in choosing silence over criticism, especially when it comes to family. While it's natural to have opinions about the paths our loved ones choose, they may interpret our words in ways we didn't intend. Expressing disappointment can make them feel like they've let us down, creating a rift between us. By offering quiet, positive support, we allow them the freedom to make their own decisions while still showing love and respect. Holding back criticism doesn't mean we agree with every choice our family makes. It means we trust them with their own lives. By focusing on their growth and individuality, rather than our personal expectations, we create a nurturing environment where they feel safe and supported. This silent support often speaks louder than words, allowing them to feel confident and free from the pressure to meet someone else's standards. When disappointment arises, it's helpful to ask ourselves, is this about me or is it about them? Often, our reactions reflect our own experiences and expectations more than the needs of our loved ones. Recognizing this helps us choose our words more carefully, encouraging them to embrace their own journeys. Mrs. Amelia, for instance, realized that her reaction to her daughter's business choice was tied to her own values about job security. By acknowledging this, she was able to separate her beliefs from her daughter's dreams, ultimately providing support that mattered most. Family dynamics are delicate, and silence can be a powerful tool in maintaining peace. By letting go of minor disappointments or personal judgments, we allow relationships to grow based on acceptance and respect. Family members will feel this acceptance and will be more inclined to involve us in their lives, knowing they're supported rather than judged. Ultimately, our loved ones may not remember every word we've said, but they will remember how we made them feel. By choosing support over criticism, we leave behind a legacy of understanding and respect. They'll feel free to be their true selves, knowing they're accepted just as they are. This silent encouragement often leaves a lasting impact, building stronger, more trusting bonds that will endure for generations. So the next time you feel disappointed or unsure about a loved one's choices, take a moment to reflect. Consider holding your feelings quietly, choosing to support them as they navigate their journey. This gentle silence creates a sense of freedom, allowing them to make their own decisions while knowing they have your unwavering love and acceptance. Through this approach, you protect the precious bonds that connect you, ensuring that family remains a source of comfort, trust, and deep support. Secret number 5, personal plans for assets. When it comes to our assets and inheritance plans, there's often a temptation to share every detail with our family. We want them to feel secure and know that we've prepared for the future. However, sharing too much too soon can sometimes lead to misunderstandings or even disputes among family members. Instead, keeping these plans private until the right time can help ensure family harmony and keep the focus on relationships rather than material concerns. Consider Mr. Robert, a retired banker, who spent years working diligently to build a modest estate, hoping it would bring his family comfort and security. Eager to share his plans, he once mentioned to his 2 sons how he intended to divide his assets. Initially, his sons listened with interest, but soon Mr. Robert noticed subtle changes in their behavior. They began asking questions about future investments and suggesting that parts of the estate be directed differently. He found himself in a position where his private plans were open to debate, leading to tension. Eventually, Mr. Robert realized that by discussing his plans too early, he had unintentionally turned a private matter into a source of conflict. Reflecting on the situation, he decided to approach things differently. He chose to finalize his plans privately, making arrangements with a trusted advisor, and focused on being present with his family, creating memories without the shadow of inheritance hanging over their time together. This gave him peace of mind and allowed his sons to see him as their father, not just as a figurehead managing future finances. Keeping asset plans private doesn't mean withholding love or trust. Rather, it means recognizing that financial discussions can sometimes distract from what truly matters: the relationships we share with our loved ones. When we open these matters up for discussion, family members may start to view relationships through the lens of material value, creating unnecessary tension. By waiting until it's truly necessary to reveal our plans, we protect both our peace and theirs, allowing family time to remain focused on connection. This approach also helps prevent misunderstandings. Every family member may have different needs and perspectives, and sharing plans prematurely can lead to assumptions or hurt feelings. When family members feel like they're competing for attention or resources, it can strain relationships that should be based on mutual respect and care. Rather than discussing assets frequently, consider sharing your wisdom in other ways. For example, Mr. Robert found joy in teaching his sons practical financial skills, such as budgeting, investing, and financial independence, without mentioning his estate. In this way, he contributed to their financial well-being without involving his own assets directly. Choosing to keep asset plans private also grants us a sense of independence and control over our legacy. It allows us to make adjustments as circumstances change without feeling pressured by family expectations. This privacy gives us space to consider all aspects of our plans, ensuring they align with our values and long-term goals. When the time comes to share, we can do so with confidence, knowing our choices were made carefully and thoughtfully. So the next time you feel inclined to discuss your estate plans with family, take a moment to reflect on the importance of focusing on relationships over resources. This doesn't mean you're hiding anything. It means you're choosing to prioritize love and connection. By spending quality time together, you create memories that will outlast any inheritance. In the end, family is far more than an asset list or a will. It's a foundation of love, respect, and trust. Keeping personal asset plans private until the right time helps protect that foundation and allows your loved ones to see you for who you truly are, a guiding presence and source of strength. Through this, you leave behind a legacy that transcends material wealth, one that resonates with the values and relationships you've nurtured throughout your life. Conclusion. As we journey through life, we come to realize that some things are best kept close to the heart. Choosing what to share and what to keep private isn't about hiding. It's about fostering peace, protecting our well-being, and preserving strong family connections. The 5 insights shared in this video remind us that a life of resilience, self-respect, and love is built on mindful choices. If this video offered you valuable lessons, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to Candle of Wisdom. By doing so, you help support us in bringing more practical advice and timeless wisdom for a fulfilling, balanced life. We'd love to hear from you. Let us know in the comments how these insights resonate with your journey. Let's continue to grow together, focusing on the values that truly matter.